Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Gaming Quitte, the most delicious Quitte of them all, and today we're going to take a look at the Fire Emblem Heroes collab units, which are finally returning on one banner. I am going to make two parts out of this, simply because I couldn't fit all of them in one thumbnail. No, I'm serious. I tried for half an hour, got annoyed, and decided to make two videos instead. In this video we talk about the first three units that were released from Fire Emblem Heroes, Marth, Veronica and Fjorm. All three of them have a mana spiral, so we're going to talk about their spiraled versions, since those have the maximum potential and you should spiral them anyway if you get them, since they become way better with them. Also, all Fire Emblem units are limited, so even aside from meta reasons or how strong they are, this is the only time you can summon on them again for a while if you really want them. Let's start with Marth, a flame sword unit which used to be on top of the cheese strats thanks to his mana spiral. His first skill, Flickering Flames, deals 6 hits of 138% damage and an additional hit of 267% damage. This means he does 1095% damage with his first skill. It also inflicts burn and gives Marth a regen buff which heals 7% of his HP every 2 seconds for 15 seconds. Flickering Flames is Marth's shareable skill with a skill cost of 5. His second skill, Fire Emblem, Title Drop, deals 1 hit of 899% damage, increasing his strength by 10% and activates Skill Shift. The next time you use the skill, it increases the entire team's strength by 10% for 10 seconds, and used the third time, it also increases the attack rate for the whole team by 30% for 10 seconds. If you use this skill on burn enemies, it deals 1798% damage instead. So his attacks are pretty useful, although not that hard hitting in today's time. His co-ability is the standard Dragon Haste ability that swords usually have. His chain co-ability gives a 30% strength buff when the combo count is 10 or higher. Now here's the most important part on Marth. His last boost ability. It fills up the skill gauges for every unit on the field when Marth's HP drop below 30%. This used to be a one-time thing per battle, but with his mana spiral this effect can activate twice per match with a 50 seconds cooldown period. So a lot of cheese comms make use of this, having Marth get hit so the others can instantly have their skills without skill prep prints, blast the enemy and do it again once Marth healed up a bit and got hit again. I'm not too deep into cheese threats, so I can't say how often Marth is used by them nowadays, but even in non-cheese rooms, using this to boost the team is always a good thing. Marth is a potent stun race unit with the spiral, and his third ability gives Marth an increase of his critical rate by 13% once his combo count is 10 or higher. So while Marth isn't as prominent in today's meta as he used to be, I think he's still a pretty good unit, which is overshadowed by some other units nowadays though. He's pretty viable in most content, although his skill shift mechanic does not work with Curse of Nihility. I do enjoy playing him occasionally, especially since I don't need to feel bad when I get hit, since it helps the team. Or even better, get hit on purpose so everyone can have their skills up. It's fun. Next up, my usual plug for subs. Ha! You thought I would talk about Fjorm next, but no. I'm once again asking you to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy my content. It means a lot to me and I will continue to do my best to keep you all entertained. Now, for realsies, let's talk about Fjorm. She's a Waterlands and so much fun to play. She used to be the queen of cheesing Hybrid Hilda thanks to her counter mechanics. Her first skill, Frigid Smash, deals 2 hits of 986% damage, which comes out as 1972% damage in total. It inflicts Frostbite and can also inflict Freeze. If you hit a frostbitten enemy with this skill, it deals 2 hits of 1479% damage each, which gives this skill the potential of a whooping 2958% damage. Frigid Smash is her shareable skill. Her second skill, Ice Mirror, summons the Ice Mirror in front of her. After that, she deals a hit of 2311% damage and heals 8% of the damage inflicted. This caps at 30% of her own HP though. Additional neutral element damage will be dealt, equal up to 800% of the damage Fjorm takes when Ice Mirror is active. This additional damage does not get any bonuses from skill damage bonus stuff or other damage modifiers. This is a pretty dang fun skill to use, but you gotta know which attacks you can and should tank and which you should not. Fjorm has the standard Lance co-ability, which increases HP by 15% for the team. Her chain co-ability gives a 13% strength buff for 15 seconds whenever Frostbite is inflicted. This does not activate again for 10 seconds once it did. Her first ability, Blast Bravery, is pretty helpful for the entire team. Twice in a quest, when her HP drops below 30%, the entire team's strength is boosted by 30% and defense is increased by 40%. Both buff lasts 15 seconds. This skill will not activate again for 15 seconds once it did. Fjorm is a potent grass unit and she has the skill prep and skill charge ability, which means she can use her skills right away when a fight starts and gets refunded 5% of her skill gauge when she uses a skill. I personally love Fjorm and her playstyle. I think she's still super useful today, and I actually use her as my lead on my auto expert twin team because, well, she's just really good. I also use her on my Lilith team, which is a lot of fun, and I will absolutely bring her to the next possible Dominion fight. And this is just an absolutely personal opinion, but man, her character design is so good. She's so goddamn cute. Speaking of cute, who doesn't like an angry child that wants to murder entire kingdoms? Let's take a look at Veronica. She has become the queen of cheesing shadow content thanks to her kit. She is a shadow wand and uses a kit which needs her to be at low HP as much as possible. Her first skill, Gespenst, which by the way is German for ghost, is her shareable skill with a skill cost of 7. It normally deals 3 hits of 597% damage and an additional hit of 686% damage, which means she deals 2477% damage in total. If the enemy is poisoned, it deals 2972% damage in total instead. Now, the lower her HP are, the stronger this skill becomes. This increase caps out at a total of 3715% on non-poisoned foes and at 4458% on poisoned enemies. That's not it though, this skill has another cool effect. If the user's HP is 50% or higher when using Gespenst, it consumes 10% of the HP to fill the skill gauge by 20% again. Her second skill, Nosferatu, is actually rarely used since it heals Veronica up again. It deals 3 hits of 440% damage, meaning it deals 1320% damage and heals her up by 8% of the inflicted damage. This caps at 7.7% of Veronica's HP per hit though. Veronica has the standard Wand co-ability which increases skill damage by 15% for the team. Her Chain co-ability gives a 10% light damage reduction when HP is 40% or lower. Her first ability is what makes her even stronger. When her HP drops below 30% for the first time in a fight, it increases the damage of the next attack skill used by each team member by 10%, and her own skills get a 30% permanent buff for the rest of the fight. She is a potent paralyzed rest unit, and she starts the fight with her skill gauges filled, while getting 5% of the gauge refunded whenever she uses a skill. So, Veronica is an amazing unit, which is a bit difficult to play though. She shines with the Grace on a team, but it's difficult to maximize her strength when there's an actual healer on the team. This means since Grace won't be able to be used in the Dominion fight, Veronica will also have a difficult time there. This doesn't change the fact that Veronica still is an amazing unit and her shared skill is also really good on units that also rely on having low HP during the fight. Phew, that's it for this video now. Please remember to leave a like if you enjoyed this one. If you want more infos on Chrom, Tiki and Peony, check out the other video which went live along with this one. Tell me in the comments below if you're going to summon on this banner, and if not, who is your favorite Fire Emblem unit in Dragalia Lost. Thank you all so much for watching and I will see you in the next video. Bye!